it was doing a remix. You heard?
Not a remix, God.
I was like, oh Lord. Then I couldn't find the button again. Okay. Well, hey everybody. Welcome back. Wednesday night wash and dryer hour. We talking about The Last of Us. And then we're gonna talk about a little bit on hot topics. Wasn't too much really going on this week. Um, I done lost my train of thought. What's going on, Abby?
Nothing, child.
Really messed me up. It started scratching on the record. I was like, oh Lord.
There is a mosquito in my room. He gonna have to.
He has to die.
He has to die.
Cause you're gonna be all red if it gets to biting.
He done bit me once already. Oh, he gonna have to. He gonna have to go away from here. On
It's
to
that time of year. Well, we're here to talk about the latest episode of The Last of Us. It was a flashback episode. I got my fill of Joel. I'm so happy to see Joel back on the screen. They answered a lot of questions, and I'm actually happy they did it this way. I'm happy they went through everything they went through, and then they flashed back and answered the questions because questions had to be answered. And I'm assuming next week is the last episode for part one. And
for season 2.
Yeah, I hope we get at least one more of the 5 out the way. At least one more of the 5 got to go before we go to part 2.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what we gonna do. I don't know who finna get it next week. But
Hold on.
What?
I'm on the live. Got that damn Xbox playing in the background.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe nobody could hear it. I could hear it. But let's get it popping. The episode opened with birthday parties. We saw Joel bartering for a cake.
That's not how the episode started.
Oh, that's the first thing I remembered was birthday.
It started with us getting a view of young Joel and young Tommy.
Oh yeah.
Tommy was trying to sell some drugs or buy some drugs, and his brother bulldozed his way in and beat up the drug dealer. And now it was almost an assault charge. His daddy came in the house, and Tommy was like, "He gonna kill me." And he was like, "No, he not. I'll take the beat. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna take
the beating. Yep.
Don't even worry about it. I got you." And then him and his daddy had this conversation. And his daddy's like, "I was 10 and stole a candy bar. And your granddaddy took me back to the store and made me apologize to return it and apologize. And I was with his daddy until he got to the point where he said his daddy hit him when they got home and broke his jaw, and his mouth was wired shut for 2 months."
2 months, yep.
I said, "Oh my God." And then he was like, "Listen, I may have hit y'all, but I ain't never hit y'all like that. And I'm trying to be."
Joel asked, he said, "If you know how I feel, why you do it to us?" And he said, "I ain't never did y'all like that.
Ain't never did y'all like that." And so I'm trying to be better than my dad. And I just hope when you have kids, you be better than me. I said, "Oh."
I appreciated that moment. And he didn't get a whooping. Now, I don't know. He might get a whooping when he get off. But he didn't get a whooping.
I think his daddy going to let this one slide. This is when I feel like the daddy came to the realization, you're doing entirely too much, sir. And you need to
fall back.
Yeah.
I did appreciate that moment. And that was real talk, because that's how you break generational curses. You want to still instill the discipline, but you don't want to abuse. Mm-mm. So you just be like, I just want to be a little bit better than me.
Exactly. And then we get the intro, and they done put Joel back in the intro. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Because I know you don't be paying attention to stuff.
That's what I'm about to
say. Once episode 2 happened where they killed him, episode 3 and 4 and 5.
Well, you know, on my Macs, they got that little button where it say skip intro. I be skipping that and get right to the show. Cause it's the same. I don't need to hear the Last of Us song. Mm-mm. Let's get to the show.
It wouldn't even matter. It doesn't matter because clearly you don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
So it went from one little cordyceps stock back to two, like the original beginning.
I
Because
would
once Joel left, it was just Ellie by herself on the road. But Joel is back. So it's Ellie's 16th birth, 15th birthday. And so Joel is with homophobic Hank down to the bar. He done traded him some Legos for him to make him a cake.
Yes, Legos. That's what it was. Yes, I knew it was something.
So Hank says, he used to be a cop back in Milwaukee, blah, blah, blah. Make the cake, man. And so Joe gets home and he has also traded for a piece of bone to so he could restore this guitar that he had.
Mm-hmm.
He put a bone inlay down at the bottom, and then he took his drill tool and drilled a moth into the hilt of the guitar because clearly the baby is mesmerized by moths. So
Yes, I thought it was one of her drawings.
yes, so he's trying to get it together for her, and Tommy brings her in, and she all doped up because she done burned herself on a pot
Mm-hmm. And that's
on
where we
kitchen
learned
duty.
about the burn. Yep.
hmm So she did that to hide her scar, her bitten scar, her where she got
Right.
bit in the arm. So she burned her arm to cover up the scar. And so Joel is concerned. He was like, "Oh my God, baby girl, what happened?" and all this stuff. And of course, he loving on her. And she said she just wanted to be able to wear short sleeves.
Yep, we got that again too. So that made sense. Was this the birthday when she just ate the cake?
Yes, this is the birthday where her name was misspelled, and he turned around to get a knife to cut the cake, and cake all in her face, like
Oh
she's
yeah. Cause he done put 50 on there instead of 15, and then he called her Elroy instead of Ellie. I said, Lord have mercy.
she, he called her Eli,
It was something.
not Elroy.
It was what though? It was her day. Oh, is it bedtime already? I know it ain't.
Oh, your hands is cold. What? No, no, it's not. It's not. So why are you here? I just want to tell you something. What you want to tell me? Um, um, yeah, brother was asking. I am live. I don't have time for you and your shenanigans. What is happening? Brother, David said, "Shut up," Eric. You said, "Shut up." Brother didn't hear me at the back for no reason. Okay, you tell him I said stop it. Huh? Tell him I said stop it. Just tell him. Okay. I love you. I'm live. I can't. I don't have time to play with you. Goodbye, little boy.
Bye bye. I knew it was bedtime.
You need to be. Sheesh. Okay.
No,
So
it's still early.
no, it's not. Because when we get off of here, if you don't think I'm going to bed, I do.
Introduced Dina this whole episode. Like we didn't see how Dina came into play.
What that got to do with anything? Dina was. She lives in Jackson Hole. That's how she came into play.
Okay,
Like, who cares?
you right.
This is not what this story is about yet. She is not the main character.
How we got to see how everything progressed from each birthday to how they got angry, how they made up. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to cry all over again.
There were some thug tears shed at this episode. So it's a lovely birthday. She's like, "Here, play me something on the guitar." and
Mhm.
he plays that's the song that she played the last episode when she was in the theater by herself and she couldn't finish the song is the song he sang her for her birthday. And the words is if you pay attention to the words of the song, then you understand
Yeah, it's really
why
sad.
it just made it even doubly sad. So they have a lovely birthday, and we flash forward to a year later, and they in the
Mhm.
woods. She's trying to guess. It is her birthday yet again. She's turning 16, and she's naming all these things. She was like, "Is it a convertible?" He's like, "What the hell are you gonna do with a
What
convertible?
you gonna do with a converter? Where you gonna get the gas?
like what? That don't even. Come on now, 2 plus 2 is not equaling 4 for him."
But she did guess dinosaur.
She did guess dinosaur, and he was like, "You're never gonna." He's like, "I'm never gonna tell you." That should have been her cue that it has something to do with dinosaurs. So they walk through the clearing, and this is where we know that Joel is oblivious to what's actually going on with Ellie because she's trying to get on the patrol, and she was like, "Jesse will train me," and he was like, "Is there something going on with y'all? Because I see how he
Right.
with you."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "I have an eye for these things," and she was like, "No, no,
I
I don't."
want you. You ain't got no other.
I said, "He don't just." It's a clear day, Sonny. Lay in the plane. Just who God? And I thought that was funny. And so they come through the clearing, and it's a whole big ass dinosaur. And she, of course, because she don't have the sense God gave a goat, starts to run up to, on
And
top of
climb it.
the freaking dinosaur. Like what?
Girl.
So she sees when she's on top of the dinosaur, she sees a museum. She was like, "If you don't fall off the fucking dinosaur, then I'll take you to the museum." And so he had already had this planned out. He made sure it was clean, what no people, no zombies, no nothing in the museum.
Mm-hmm.
Fixed the little thing, the little planetary.
So the open and close.
hmm And so he takes her in, and then he takes her to the Apollo 15 space shuttle, and he gives her a rock because she needs a helmet. So she gets to break the glass, put on one of the helmets, and he had found a tape of an actual launch. And so they get in the thing, they play the tape, and it's like she's actually going to space. And you can see her how her imagination takes her with the tape talking, like how it would feel to actually go into space. It was really great. And Joel is just looking at her because he loves her. He loved her, that little girl. And so he was like, "Did you like it?" And she was like, "Oh my God, it's the best birthday ever. Woohoo!" And so they are walking back home, and he says this would be nice for us to do more often to get to be able to spend time with each other. And as she's walking, she stops, and just all the happiness drains out of her face. And when we go back to look at what she saw, it was just a bunch of fireflies in the clearing. And so the fireflies triggered her to understand that he ain't told her the truth about what happened
Mm-hmm.
at the hospital. So we jump forward to her 17th birthday. This is when things start to go
Oh,
left. Joel comes home in the rain. The cake is actually right this time. Hallelujah. It's a chocolate cake with a bunch of icing on it. Happy 17th birthday, Ellie. Her name is spelled correctly, thank God. He goes up the stairs. He hear giggling and stuff from upstairs. He goes up the stairs, knock on the door, snatch the door open. Ellie is laid up with some little ugly girl.
I thought it was the girl from the patrol.
It is Tina. She's still ugly. I don't. That, so little ugly girl who done gave her a tattoo and they smoking weed in the house.
They was doing everything.
He said, "Oh, so you want to do all the bullshit all at one time, huh? That's what
All,
we doing today? All of
mhm.
it." He said she was ugly, y'all, and she had a bad attitude because I don't like when Joe was like, "She's 17, by the way," and she was like, "And I'm 19."
Okay, that's still
Young
illegal.
man, and nobody asked you how old you was.
Right.
Nobody asked you how. Don't get your head knocked in between the washing machine and dryer,
In
please.
between the washer and the dryer. Get your ass up out of my house. And then Ellie had the nerve talking about this ain't your house. They gave you this house. Immediately you can go to.
Immediately out of her head would also be between the washing machine and dryer. Because who are you talking to? Not me, who's kept you alive this whole time. But I also think this is the fact. This comes in. This is that teenage bullshit. On top of that, child is an orphan. She don't know nothing about parental relationships and how in authority and how any of that shit goes.
Agreed.
So her reaction makes sense to me, and the fact that she don't know nothing from nothing. Nothing from nothing
The
leads.
teenager part alone is enough because that's how teenagers are. They experimenting. She has an itch and wants it scratched. You know, that's what teenagers do.
And they do the
They
most.
got a smart mouth.
That's
I
how
ain't
their heads end up
with
in
a smart
between the washing
mouth,
machine and the dryer. That's
but they have a smart mouth.
because who you talking to? Because the moment, well, any of my kids start talking to me like they thought I was one of their peers. Well, come on outside then.
Oh, that sound like my mama.
Come on outside then. Because I don't know who you think you're speaking to in this manner. You done lost your monkey ass mind. I don't. Who are you?
My mama
Who?
ain't gonna ask you to come outside. It's just gonna as soon as the mouth get to running, it was on site.
Because what you're not gonna do is tear up my furniture in my house. Come on outside to this parking lot. Because you want to talk to me like I'm a nigga in the street, then I'm gonna treat you just like that. So put up your dukes. I hope you ready. I hope you learn to fight. Because it's on and popping at this point.
Pretty much.
So she decides in the middle of the night, she goes outside after he done put Tina out, and he was like, "We'll talk about this later when you get your mind back right." And so she goes to look in the garage, and she's investigating to see what it looked like so she can go. So she decides that the mattress is 3 times her size. Why did she think she was gonna be able to get that mattress, girl?
It was raining outside. You gonna get
This
your bed
by
all
the
wet?
time your slow carrying, because the mattress is heavy and it takes more than one person to carry it. By the time you slow dragging, that mattress ain't gonna be worth a damn. Damn, I missed it. Um, so Joel says, put the damn mattress back. He's like, it ain't no heat, ain't no running water out there. He was like, just give me a couple days, let me fix it up, and then you can move out there. I said, okay. I see he trying to compromise. You know, he's new at this too. Sarah was only 13, so she wasn't into. He didn't get this far
You ain't
with
getting
baby
that far yet.
with baby girl. So he bringing it around. He's trying to adapt. He's good parenting. He's trying to be better than his daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Good parenting, trying to bring it around and not have such an adversarial relationship. So after that, we skip 2 years. This is her 19th birthday.
We're at current
And
time.
this is her last couple months with Joel. She don't know it, but this is her last couple months with Joel.
It's too much. It is too much.
So he comes to the door of the garage and not. Well, Ellie is practicing asking him questions
Mm-hmm.
about what happened with the fireflies. She was like,
And she has some good points.
she had some good points. She was like, if they could see us coming a mile away, how did the Raiders walk up on them? And if they was shooting and stuff and you was carrying me, how did we get away? And if there are more immune people, how come we haven't heard about
And
any
how
of
come
them?
ain't nobody been healed?
That's what I said. And so before she could ask any questions, it's knock at the door. It's Joel. He was like, glad you up because this is perfect for your birthday gift. And she said what it is. He's like, I decided I'm going to let them allow you to go on patrols. And she is happy about it. It was first training run. She talk about how many kills has somebody had on a training run. He's like, none. Girl, it's a training run.
Look, Ellie, I would have thought
Is a
Ellie would
murderer.
be on
She's just a
patrol
psychopath.
so much longer than her 19th birthday. Like I thought she would have been on patrol a lot longer.
Oh, when we first saw her at the beginning of
Mhm.
the right, and she only been doing it a couple months,
Mhm.
aggravating the people, not following the rules.
Not following the rules, shooting up all the zombies. I thought Ellie had all the experience, and here she is, only 2 months in.
So they get a call on the radio. Well, he was like trying to teach her what to do, and he was like, "Use your binoculars." And she said, "Oh my God,
His
the little
squirrels screaming.
squirrels and squirrels humping each other." I thought that was funny to me.
It was.
Okay, it was funny to me. And so once they had that conversation, they get radio um, from someone other than train the other pair doing
Patrol.
patrol, and they said they ran into an infected and they need help. It's just them and Eugene, and they're the closest ones.
Finally, Eugene.
Like you've been waiting on Eugene.
I, is
I didn't care one way or the other. We
that
could have got
about
Eugene. We could
Eugene?
have not got Eugene. It wouldn't made me no never
They
mind.
kept saying Eugene. I'd be like, I don't know who the hell is Eugene.
None
I
of
need
us.
to know.
They okay. I'm not gonna spoil it. So they go out and they find. Well, they trying to get to Eugene and the other person. The other person they find. Well, found them. Well, the horse found them because the person was dead, being dragged by the horse.
Mm-hmm.
The horse that took off. So they come out to Eugene. And Ellie, again, no self awareness, no self protection, nothing. She go run up to Eugene. He like, "What are you doing, ho?" He's like, "Are you clean?" And he's like, "No." And he shows him a huge bite on his torso. And he's like, "Okay." So the protocol. Momo, yeah. It sounds so bad. Momo, but
Oh,
that super hard. It break. That. Okay. Break. They broke it. Yeah. They broke it. Super hard. Uh-huh. And it broke? Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh, so that's why I'm sleeping in mommy daddy's room. Because they broke it. No, daddy did. Okay. I was trying. Dad was trying to the light on. Dad used his super strength to. He used his super strength to turn the light off and broke it. No, on. Okay, my bad. What is this? That's medicine. Put it down. I'm gonna take it when I eat something. Give me some sugar. I love you. What are you gonna eat? I don't know. Maybe a sandwich. I don't know. I love you. Or maybe a breakfast sandwich. Yeah, a breakfast sandwich too, dude. I love you.
that sounds good.
Yeah, again, like a child, no self awareness. They don't care. Their self importance is just what they think and what they is the only thing that matters. He don't care nothing about what I got going on.
Mm-mm.
So Joey Pants, that's who the actor is. Joey Pantoliano. If you watched the Bad Boy series, he's Captain Howard. If you've watched The Sopranos, his name was Joey Pants on The Sopranos. So he's like, I take me back to the protocol is to pop his ass
Where
right
you
there.
from?
We so
We
sorry.
got
God
time for you to
bless
be
you.
turning. We got
This
no
is
stopwatch.
ain't nothing we can do for you, player. Ain't nothing we can do. He's like, can I take me back
The
to the
to the
city?
wall so I could
Take me
see.
to the gates so I can see my wife Gail and we can say our goodbyes. And he's like, and Joel is like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's not how this works. And Ellie is like, stick your hand out and count to 10. Because that was if you remember back in season 1 when they had her in captivity, when they kept checking her to see if she was going to turn after they found her in the mall with her
Mm-hmm.
little friend who she had to um they kept checking her over and over, and that's how they checked her, is to hold her hand out to see if it was shaking and make her count to 10. So she makes it count to 10, and he makes it without an issue. And she was like, he's got time. Joel, take him to see his wife.
Well, let's pause for a second.
She was unrealistic.
That's what I was gonna say. This part had really pissed me off about Ellie
Mm-hmm.
because you immune, Joel is not.
Right.
So he can turn and bite your ass, and you'll be okay. But Joel is out of there if he bites Joel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Ellie. That is a little bit of 19 selfish, not seeing the bigger picture,
No
not
self
taking
awareness, self centered. It's what she
right.
wants, and the hell with everybody else. And no, Joel, take him to see his wife. I'm like,
I'd be like,
okay,
bitch, you take him because he could bite you. He ain't biting me.
right. And you think he gonna put you in any danger, or he's supposed to put the whole city in danger? No, ma'am. There are rules there for a reason, and I'm so sorry. And I appreciate that you needed to see your wife and tell her goodbye and hear her say things to you because y'all have been together for 550 years and you love each other. And I can appreciate that. How we ever be how. There are rules and protocols in place to keep the entire community safe. And taking you back after you have been bit is against all of the rules. And I cannot do that.
Because if he would have turned and bit some people, not everybody looking at Joel like, what's the
Why would
procedure?
you bring
You know, what's the procedure when somebody got a gun in your face? Like,
That's my question.
so okay. So I'm happy I wasn't tripping because I was like, Ellie kind of pissed me off, but I keep forgetting she's a teenager.
So, but here's where I'm mad at Joel.
Yep.
I would have told her exactly that. There are protocols in place. I understand that that would be a beautiful end, but that's not how real life works. It doesn't always. You can't do that. We cannot do that. We must follow the protocols. We will take his body back, and she can grieve his body. So it would be, oh, you want to traumatize this lady even more. It's bad enough that she gonna know that her husband got bit and he was getting ready to turn. So you want us to bring this man back to her, let them be like, and I will always love you, and they can
And
almost
then
touch
she
but
be
not,
mad for stuff.
and then kill her husband in front of her.
Right.
And hope he doesn't turn in front of her so that it can't be that she leaves and all she hears the gunshot. We may have to kill him in front of her. So you want to take a chance on traumatizing this lady? Girl, get out of here.
That's Joel's fault for keep making these promises. I'm like, oh,
Right. He could have not. If he could have just told,
yeah,
if he would have just told,
stay in
there
the
wouldn't even have been an issue if you had just told the truth.
right. Just say, Ellie, I can't do that. He has to go. Bam.
Right.
You need nothing else to talk about. Bam, he gone. If
So
you mad,
Joe
stay.
says, "Okay, we'll go get the horses, and we'll meet up, and we'll take him back. Tie him up and take him back." Joel walked. First of all, Mr. Pants, excuse me, Eugene, how you don't know how to get back home from where you at?
Right, you patrol.
You on a patrol. Don't you know how to get back home? Like, why? When he started to lead you down to the lake, did it not occur to you
That we ain't going
this
home.
we're not going in the right direction? That didn't enter your thought process. Hey, this is not the way back to Jackson Hole.
Unless he was got lost. I don't know.
Ain't no child. So what if you hadn't uh gotten bit? Y'all hadn't run up on nobody and you hadn't gotten bit. How was you gonna get back home if where you were you didn't know how to get back? It
No,
doesn't.
maybe the run up had them running off a path and they got lost.
Okay, but still, even if you had killed the cordyceps and you hadn't gotten bit and
Yeah,
you
you
still
gotta
had to run off, how was you gonna get back if you don't know how to? Y'all got a radio. My question is, why didn't they get on the walkie-talkie and walkie back to Jackson Hole and said, bring her to the radio so he can talk to her?
right.
Ain't nobody think of that? I'm okay.
Right, because you had to radio for them to know to get there. Yeah, go find Gail so she could
Somebody go get Gail. I would have got on the radio. Eugene has been bit. We need Gail to the radio immediately. Go find her and bring her to the radio immediately and let them have a conversation over the radio.
That
And
makes
I
sense.
don't care if we had to sit there and them talk to each other until he turned and then I shot him.
That's still traumatizing because now she's still gonna hear the gunshot.
But it would have been better than seeing it in person.
It is better than seeing it, and you can't say your goodbyes.
Exactly. You would have had a chance to say goodbye. So Joel be like, I'll meet you there, I promise. He takes him to the lake and and Joey Pants is pleading, I need to see my wife. And he was like, if you have any last words, I will give them to her. He's like, it's not my last words I need to give to her. I need her last words to me. He's like, I'm terrified. I love her. And he was like, I want to see her face. And he was like, and Joe was like, well, if you love somebody, you can always see their face. So I don't, what's
Right,
happening?
because he done lost his daughter. He ain't
And
even.
and he sees her every day.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, where's your imagination, beloved? What's happening? And so they have the most beautiful cinematic shot, and all you don't hear the gunshot, but you see the birds fly away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So here come Ellie, and she was like, "Nigga, you promised. What are we doing?" She was like, "You're a liar. You're a liar." Now she all in her feelings, and this also pissed me off. So they get
Oh
there with Tommy and Gail,
yeah, yeah.
and 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 Joel told this heifer, "We're only going to tell her what's necessary, and that's it. We're not doing no extra shit, no nothing." Joel tried to paint this lovely picture. He was strong and brave, and he said to tell you he loved you, but he didn't want to traumatize you, and he did it himself.
When you frozen, Abby, say it again.
Oh, was I froze?
For like
He's
2 seconds.
okay. So he told Gail this beautiful story that he was brave and he didn't want to traumatize you, so he ended it himself. Blase bloom bloody blue to try and give her some kind of comfort in the fact
Mm-hmm.
that it's not gonna do much because your husband is still
She
dead.
seemed like she was old. Like she, you could swallow that
Mm-hmm.
because that she know the
And
procedure.
right. So Ellie, in her infinite wisdom, thought it would be appropriate to be like, that's a lie. That's not what happened. He was aware he hadn't turned. He wanted to see you, and Joel shot him in his head.
Either way, that's the procedure.
The way I wanted to uppercut Ellie,
Yes.
because what in the why? So just because that's how you would want someone to deal with you is just give you the straight, raw, honest. This is what it is. This is what it's for you to be able to absorb what it is. Doesn't mean that there's other people's way and how they want to deal with tragedy. So therefore, because that's the way you want it, that's the way you figure everybody want it, and so you decided in your infinite wisdom that your way is the best way, and so now you done told this.
It ain't no helping Ellie.
I just she just has no forethought. She's not. I know her medulla oblongata ain't fully grown in yet. She got to be at least 23, 24 for that sucker to finish growing. But the unawareness, the always centering yourself, like what in the
That's that
narcissistic
19.
psychopath is happening over here?
That's that teenager. Teenagers always think they right. They
Mm,
think they know everything, and they always learn the shit the hard way.
yeah. Ellie is one of those. She not one of those that you can talk to. She's not one of those children where you can say the fire is hot, don't touch it.
You just gotta let
She,
her touch it.
you gonna have to let her burn herself because
You
she's
gonna
not
put
gonna
the
understand
needles
any
pouring
other
out,
way.
but
She's
that's the
not
only way you gonna learn.
exactly. She's one of them children.
Mm-hmm.
So we skipped 2 months. It's now New Year's. It's the night of New
You
Year's
know,
Eve.
Gail slapped the shit out of Joel first.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable.
Yeah, because you lied.
Hmm. I blame that's Ellie for that. I
Yeah, I do
totally
blame.
leave that in her hands. So it's at the New Year barn dance. And of course we see homophobic Hank call them dykes down to the party. And Joel bulldozes homophobic Hank, and then Ellie turns on him and it's like, I don't need your help. Don't need your effing help, nigga. And he's like, I bet. And so he walks away. Ellie comes home. She walks past him on the porch and she comes back.
We got the turnaround.
And then here come this conversation. This is where the thug tears. This is where the thug tears started. So he asks, is Dina your girlfriend now? And she's like, well, no. And it was just a kiss. I don't think it means anything. Boo. And Joel, still being daddy, said, well, I don't know this little girl's intentions, but she would be lucky to have you. And she was like, you're such a, because he loves and cares for her. And even though she is mad at him and has been for the last 2 months and their relationship has been fractured, he still loves that little girl. And
Mm-hmm.
so she was like, you swore to me and you lied. And I'm going to give you a chance to tell me the truth. And if you don't tell me the truth, I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. You will never see me again. Where you going to move to the other side of town, honey? Where you
Empty threats.
Where
Right.
you, where you
Where
going to
you,
the other side of town? You just to go see me and not talk to me? Is that what's happening? But okay, fine. So she asked the questions and he can't even answer them. He just shakes his head yes or no to her questions. And then she was like, you are such an asshole. And he was like, you don't understand the magnitude in which I love you. And if I had it to do all over again, I would do it all over again. And he's like, it would have killed you. And she was like, well, then I was supposed to die. And she was like, you do not understand. I saved you because I loved you. And she, in her little 19-year-old feelings, and he was like, I don't know if you're ever going to have kids, but if you do, I just hope you do a little better than I did. That's what took me down. I said, oh God, not the daddy's words that came back around full circle.
came back around and they finally made up. And then the next day, Joe was out of here. I was ready to cry all
Devastated.
over again.
Devastated. Devastated. She's like, I don't know if I can forgive you, but I'm willing to try.
I'm willing
I
to.
would like to try. And she didn't even get the next day. That's why she wanted to go on patrol with him.
Yep. And they were
Now
like,
that the
"Well,
air
I
is
already have-"
now that the air is clear and we know what it was and what it is, I think that freed up all of the tension that was between them, and they could go back to the way they were. They could go back to the way
Yeah,
they
because
were.
truth is out there.
Exactly. And then that girl showed up and he died. So at the end of the episode, we see Ellie has made it out of the hospital and back to the theater. We gonna see what happens next week. We gonna see what happens.
We
This
gonna
was a
see.
really good episode. This was a really good episode.
I'm telling you, one more of the five gotta go before they take us on break.
Um, if any of them get a pass, I think it would be the little girl daughter,
The
the
little
one
girl
that
dog,
that knocked out Dina. They gave her the needle.
the brown
The
haired
little
girl.
Indian girl that gave her the
Yeah,
needle. If anybody make it out, now I want her to peel back that Mexican boy, peel his cap back, muffin blue, peel it back. I'm okay with listen because he the one that fucked up her ribs and
he
she had a
kicked
collapse
Ellie
on
on
her.
the way out.
Huh?
Didn't he? Didn't he stomp Ellie on the way out?
He kicked her in the ribs and stomped her on the way out. Yep.
Yeah, he gonna go. He no, we need to save him for part two. But go ahead and get Abby. Gonna have to wait for part two. The other little boy. Go ahead and get him next week.
I think he is with Abby, so he might be in part two too. So I'm assuming it's gonna be Manny. I think he. I don't. I think she gonna. I don't know if she's gonna. I think she's gonna give a pass to the little doctor girl because she
We'll
didn't
see.
really. Because Dina didn't really mention that little girl when they was talking about it. She knew Nora's name. She knew Manny's name. She knew what's his name, David Lewis, whatever his name is, and then she
I
knew
don't
Abby's name. That little
know
girl,
Abby.
she didn't know what her name was. And unless
Okay.
Dina is there with Abby, with Ellie, Ellie's
And
not
no,
gonna
he
know.
ain't gonna be there.
She not gonna know that little girl.
Because at the end, Ellie was on her way back to the theater.
Yes, after she killed Nora, after she beat that girl into a piece of a mush.
Did
I'm
and
okay.
good and don't care. And I hope she opened up all the spores so everybody in the hospital can get a little bit.
They gotta be able to make it out, friend. And we still got what's going on. Whatever's going on with Isaac, we got the Scar people.
We definitely got the Scar people. Isaac, yes. It's a
Yeah,
lot going on.
there's a lot going on. There's something supposed to be happening that I've heard of that I don't know if they're actually going to do. So I'm gonna keep it under my hat until until it manifests because I don't know what the actual. I only have a name. I don't actually have the story or what's behind it. So I'm gonna keep quiet until
Okay, no spoilers.
no spoilers. No spoilers.
How long you think it's gonna take them to release part two? Cause see, it's time for Bridgerton and the dragons to come back. They can't be fooling around too long with this part two.
Part two ain't coming out for at least a year or two. What do you mean?
I
I
thought
think it
part
was.
two was already taped.
What would you think? This is part two season broken. Part two is two, maybe three seasons. Now they talk about they need a fourth season. So no, ma'am. Because
Okay, that's fine.
the
It's
creator said he doesn't know if season three is only 7 episodes as well. So he doesn't know if that's enough to finish the story. There may need to be a season four.
well, don't drag it out now to be just dragging it out. Let's go
No,
ahead and
no, because
get
I've heard some people say it's a lot of shit that still happens that we have no idea. Like there's a lot of
yeah,
shit that still
video
happens.
game years. Y'all keep that video game to yourself. I want to be surprised.
Not keep the video game to yourself.
Well, like I said, another great episode. We'll be back next week for the last one. Abby has found out that the ultimatum, they have the queer love coming back this summer, and we really cut up with that. Now, how many episodes have you watched of the Mormon ladies?
Three. The first I watched the first three, and I will pick it back up probably Saturday.
I don't know when I'm gonna pick it back up, but let's talk about the surface level stuff real quick, or you want to save it for a separate video?
Oh no, we can talk about the Mormon ladies because them brothers do. I don't understand why you keep inserting yourself. The group done kicked you out. You've been voted off the island. Why do you keep coming back around? Child. And that one lady who
It's
said
making money.
they
She
do.
comes back around for the money. She said, "Well, my husband making a year, I'm making one influencer deal, so
That's what
he
I
the
said.
stay-at-home daddy now." I said, "Yes, ma'am."
Mm-hmm.
So Whitney know where the money, what they say, where the money resides.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney
Where
knows
the
that.
money resides, where the money resides.
Just
And
like
then
the girl Miranda. Let's get Miranda out the way because she's new. Now, ma'am, you done came up to the ladies talking about everything Taylor said was a lie. But then when you sat in front of Taylor face, well, yeah, I kissed and I did this and I did that, and we was blindfolded and we touched a little bit, but we ain't had no intercourse. Ma'am, that lady,
I said, bitch, you used to.
I
Not
said
you want to come back to the group saying the same lie that you was saying when you left the group.
right, but only to get confronted with the truth. Like, yeah, I did do it. Yeah, I did that too. Y'all did
You could have
everything
said that at the beginning, daughter, and we'd have been like, okay, cool, and you back in the group. You didn't have to do all of this.
because you still gonna have to go back and tell all the ladies that you lied,
Yes.
and they don't care because they already knew. They believe
They let
that.
them been new. And then that Jennifer, you have terrible friends, girlfriend. Let me be very clear, because your friends about to talk you out your marriage. And then the friends about to talk you out your marriage, and then telling your husband that you ain't shit on top of it.
Wait, which one? That's the one who husband, the blonde hair that dropped out of medical school.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to get out that marriage. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
She the one with the ain't shit behavior. So what you mean? It's not even her. It's her listening. How your husband go to make it right with your friends, and then your friends tell your husband all the shit you've been saying and doing.
Well, shit, I must have fell asleep on that part.
You missed it. The common denominator is her. She's the problem. Cause he went.
But
She
she the
was
problem too. He too damn controlling.
listen, but he's trying to make amends and trying to get it right because he's love her. Blah blah blah. He goes. She's like, well, you have got to make it right with my friends because you showed your ass with everybody, and you got to go make it right. He's like, I'm willing to go make it right. I'm willing to go apologize. We can hash it out so we can get to a better place because I know they've been your support since uh we separated for a little while, and so they kept your mind and all those things, and I know they love you and that's your support system. If you want me to get it right, I will. He goes to sit down with them. He's just as humble. He apologizes, all of the things, and then the friends turn around and see like, well, now that you've apologized, she's been saying X, Y, and Z about you and da 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 and all these other things, and he
Oh Lord, you froze again, Abby. Abby, you coming back? Or am I froze? Well, let me text Abby and tell her she froze. She'll be back in a second. I must have fell asleep on that part when the friends start, but her friends ain't shit. I don't think Abby saw that Chippendales moment. Let me see. She saw it, but she ain't click on and click off. Okay, it's a new Abby. Okay.
like my whole computer froze up and like went blank out of nowhere. That is so
Oh,
weird.
because I said Abby froze. I said she ain't click on and click off yet.
Mm-mm.
Have you seen the Chippendales moment, or is that past episode 3?
I saw the Chippendales moment when the police showed up.
Oh, her whole internet don't like her. Mm-mm.
Like the light keeps going out. Like what the fuck is happening?
Cause your phone just went black. I can hear you.
That's because the light that was in front of my face went out. Hold on, hold on. Oh no, it's my power cord. Hold on. It's my power cord. It's my power cord.
They cram so much into these episodes. Cause I watched episode 1 of the Mormon Wives and thought I watched 3-4 episodes.
Me too.
So
I
much
said,
shit
oh
going
God.
on.
Too much.
If you saw the Chippendales episode, then I will admit her friends are wrong for that. Because her husband is crazy. You know how he felt about that Chippendale situation. And for y'all to repeat it in front of him.
And right. I was like, oh, so y'all just terrible friends is what's happening. Because
Yes.
why would you do that? Sure.
Knowing how he would react. Now, did you see the pregnancy test?
I didn't see the pregnancy test.
Okay, say that for the next time. Say that for the next time.
Who's pregnant?
All I'm gonna say, if you look at the current pictures, it looked like 85% of the cast is pregnant. If you look
Whitney just had a baby, so she
out with everybody else. Because they was doing something where they were walking a red carpet and half of them were pregnant.
Mm.
But I'm gonna tell you, when Jen takes that pregnancy test,
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the realest moments I've seen on TV.
I know she was like, oh, hell. I don't even know if I like this nigga. What you mean I'm pregnant?
That was one of the realest moments on TV, especially coming from a Mormon wife.
She said, I don't even know if I like this man. Okay, well.
Who else? Girl, old girl Gemma then came out and told Taylor all the secrets and showed all the receipts. I said, Lord.
Well, that was too much for me because she was devastated in that corner.
She was. Because that man lied through and through. I still don't know that
I
they
wanted to fight. Did
did
you
they
get to
hunt.
wait? Did you get to when they was at the family dinner and everybody, her whole family was like, "Well, just forgive him and get yourself together and get over it."
I thought her mama said leave his ass.
She did not. Her mama was his number one cheerleader.
When I tell you, I cannot reckon when that lady grabbed that baby and brought him to the house. I said, who was this lady? The nanny. Her mother reconstructed her whole face.
Now listen.
And not well. And not well. She out here looking like Jigsaw like everybody else. Man, what did you do to your whole face?
Not Jigsaw, Jesus. Oh my God.
Now Taylor did say the swelling got to go down, so maybe we'll see you season 3. You might look
Right.
But whew, I was like, It was too much going on this season. Who else got some problems?
All of them.
That lady who got that messy Sunday, that sinning Sunday Instagram. Somebody done sent in another tip saying, "Oh, girl, husband is cheating." I said, "You need to cancel that messy Sunday Instagram."
Yeah, they do the most when the least will do. They
Mm-hmm.
do. They ain't got nothing better to do but be rich and sit around and do.
And then the only black girl on the show can't have no orgasms. I said, "Lord have mercy."
Because you with the wrong man's daughter.
Right. You need to get up out of Utah. I don't know what to tell you.
You need some melanin. You need some gold boots and a purple t-shirt. And a good neck roll, sis. I don't know what to tell you.
What Glorilla said, 6'1"
Yeah,
country.
listen. That's what you need, sis.
Go listen to Glorilla and find you one of them.
And find you one of them, because the one that's gonna get it every 10 times out of 10.
6'1" country ass.
Would recommend. Country nigga, listen.
He gonna talk his shit. You need one of them. Okay, that's enough cutting up. Let's see who gonna make it in the washing and dryer, in between the washing and dryer today. Lord have mercy.
Let's see. I'm gonna clean off my hair because I feel like
it's this one little girl video I want to show you. She is so cute. This thing opened up all the videos wrong every time. Jesus. Let's just go back to the StreamYard. StreamYard, where you at? Abby.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to get back.
Look on your tabs for your StreamYard.
Lord.
Fix it.
You.
Fix it, Holy Ghost.
Fix it, Jesus. Why y'all got me over here being technical? Y'all know I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even see myself. Can you see me on the camera?
I can see you on the camera.
Lord Jesus.
Ma'am, please.
I don't see the StreamYard no more.
Well, how you gonna end the live if you don't see the StreamYard no more, friend?
I don't see the internet. I see all these damn pictures I done opened up. Now I see StreamYard, but how I get back in the studio? I don't think this is the right StreamYard.
You gotta close some tabs, friend, because you got too much stuff open. Not us over here trying to having technical difficulties.
I mean, we can still talk, but I don't know how to show the pictures because I can't find the damn StreamYard. This is StreamYard, but the video is missing. Okay, enter the studio. You can still see me?
Yes.
I feel like I'm about to get in here twice. Yeah, Lord. Mercy. Eddie, where you go? Hello?
Hey, and then my Wi-Fi went down. we okay. I don't think we're gonna have to wash and dryer out today because tech we have technical difficulties over here.
Yeah, because I can't figure out how to take myself off and stop info.
We're gonna have to save it for the next week. How many times you gonna be? That's gonna cause a crazy noise. But you being in here twice.
Okay, well, some people are still in between the wash and dry next week.
Okay. I would, but before we go, I would like to say a hearty fu to RG3
Yeah.
and DDG and P Diddy.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Thanks, kid. That's the kid telling me that the Wi-Fi had to be rebooted, so switched to my phone. It's too late. I already figured it out. RG3, you can shut up now. I see, like, I ain't never seen. We in our last days, according to the Lord, because ain't no way you hate yourself so much that you turn on the women who look like you. Like, what did your mama do to you to make you hate black women so much that you decided to get on God's internet and embarrass her like that? Why would you do that, sir? And
they,
DDG is the dumbest. This nigga think he is way more suave than he actually is. You done let these internet fools who are dumb as 10 bricks boost your head up to think all of this shenanigans and slick shit that you trying to do to try and gaslight and browbeat and tear down this little girl is gonna work. No, sir. You finna not to have no dollars. Huh?
he already wasn't a good quarterback.
Oh, RG3? Yeah, we know. We know. And then to have your wife sitting in the background, sitting nearly inside of the trophy case, as she is one of your best trophies that you've ever gotten, and to decide to denigrate and downgrade black women, and she just in the back in the amen section, nodding her head and sipping her tea, you gonna get her block knocked off. Her head, keep playing. Y'all keep playing, and y'all do something crazy to the wrong black woman. She gonna knock that world's head in between the washing machine and the dryer. Sure is.
Mhm.
Sure is. And DDG, mama, ma'am, come down to the front of the congregation because neither one of your sons have good relationships with their children's mother, and everything has to go through you. That feels very controlling and narcissistic. And now I see where they get it. You raised two men, but you did not raise them well. Uh,
I found one.
whose baby is this?
I don't know. I wanted to show you this one, but now I can't find it on the damn computer.
I'm like, oh, I can't because the internet is rebooting.
I'm gonna have to find a better way of doing it in the future. Okay.
Yeah, I tell you not to play with me because I'm not the one, right? Yeah, but I'm the one. But I am the one. I am the one. Bria. That's what I did.
What's she saying?
The grandma said, I told you not to play with me. I'm not the one. And the little girl said, but wait, I am the one.
Not she is the one. Okay. She said she is the one and the two. Okay, little girl.
That's what she said.
She's in her repeater phase. Like, little kids get in the phase, they repeat everything they hear.
Yeah, I tell you not to play with me because I'm not the one, right? Yeah, but I'm the one. But I am the one. I am the one.
She said, but I am the one. Okay, daughter.
That is so cute. Okay,
That's cute. That's cute right now. But let me be very clear. Let me be very clear, beloved. Please don't let that think it is cute. Go stay cute. Because it's going to get your head knocked in between the wash machine and
right
dryer.
in between there. In 10 years, really 5.
Right. Really, you keep it up too much longer. In a couple months, you might get your head knocked in between the wash machine and dryer. Don't play with me. Because I done took and told you to set your compost down about 4 or 5 times. I'm not going to keep talking to you.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me? Do I seem like an echo?
I don't hear an echo, but it's not as clear as when it's like on my computer. But that's fine. I think it's my phone.
No, I think it's because I don't. Next week, I'm gonna have to open the video before I start the live so I can organize. Well, I'm not gonna have. I'm not gonna have my screens next week, but we gonna make it work for something.
Okay, I'm down.
Now, yeah, something. But okay, we gonna end this. This is Wednesday night. Last of Us right now. The wash and dry hour. We'll have a good time. We'll be back next Wednesday. Please support everyone out here, like this video, and we'll catch y'all next week. Later. Oh, Lord. You know I can't.
Lord have mercy. Fix it, Jesus.
There we go.